everybody. Welcome to Call of Cthulhu. We are the Dice Stormers. You have the perspicacity, wit, and charm to be tuning into us on this lovely, lovely evening. This is a continuation of an adventure that we've been playing, which I've kind of collectively called a group of investigations of the golden frequency, rather. So this is the latest installment. If you would like to go back and watch the previous episodes, that probably would give you a good idea. But this is a new adventure and a new investigation, so we're also going to be taking it into a new direction from here.
Before we get any further, kudos to you for using perspicacity.
Oh, man. Like that? That's a good word. It's a good word. It's a five-star word.
Isn't that from that show by Andrew Lloyd Webber? Perspicacity.
That show that we'll never talk about because it was so bad. The film.
Was it Cats?
Cats was a great show. One of the most successful musicals of all time. Not such a great film. Yeah, it didn't really suit its film so much.
Based off the work of T.S. Eliot. So every time you buy a ticket to Cats, T.S. Eliot's estate gets a cut.
Rightly so, because it's the best bit of the show, the words, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so to bring us up to speed, in our last adventure, our intrepid investigators were traveling across America, and they assisted in the experimentation of a professor on the train who hauled a whole bunch of equipment up to the roof and managed to tap into some other dimension. And there were a lot of strange creatures in that dimension. One of them touched Arthur, John's character, and there was a tussle and a fight, and a gun went off and it shot the professor through the heart, and he died. And then everybody fell unconscious, and they went into a tunnel and it smashed all of the equipment on the roof.
Oh, yeah.
So,
not all the equipment. Didn't we recover one thing?
Well, you haven't been back up there yet.
I thought we recovered like the frequency something.
That was something that we talked about after the camera stopped rolling.
Oh, okay.
Right. I know where you're going first, John.
But okay, so you are in the train, and all of these events have come to a head, and the conductor rushes in and he produces a gun, and you're in the sort of the base of the baggage compartment. He's brandishing the gun and he says, "What the hell is happening in here? Who the hell are you?" And he points to you, Johnny, and says, "What are you doing here?"
We're just passengers on the train.
On my train?
Perfectly normal train passenger.
And which passenger exactly are you? You're going to identify yourself?
Professor Bartholomew Jenkins.
Right. He pulls a small notebook out of his breast pocket and starts writing things down. And you, sir, looks at you, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Name?
My name is Jack Tanner. Solicitor. My head feels almost completely normal. That's good. Jack Tanner, solicitor to the stars. Pleased to meet you. What's your name?
He doesn't shake your hand. He says, "I'm going to need you to sit down over there."
Okay, not a problem. I can.
And finally, you.
While he's talking to the other two, I would like to surreptitiously hide the box.
Yeah, down your underpants.
We sort of said the box is kind of concealable in a breast pocket, isn't it? It was sort of or under your arm, kind of.
It's like a cigar box size. I thought you said.
Yeah, cigar box size. So yeah, you could kind of conceal it in your jacket, under your arm, definitely.
Cool. My name is Dr. Arthur Campbell, and we are in the first class on this train, and there's been a terrible accident. Look, this man has been killed. I'm trying to resuscitate him, but he's been shot to the heart.
Right.
There's also another woman who unfortunately she's dead too. Is she with us? Like, is she?
No, she came down with you.
What happened to her again?
What was her
They shot him.
name?
Yeah, but was she alive or dead? I can't remember.
She's alive. She's alive. Lilith Williams.
Was
Yes.
she shot? Is she unconscious or anything?
No, she's conscious there. She fell unconscious with everybody.
Is she still unconscious?
She's gaining consciousness. She's coming around. Yeah, her eyes are kind of rolling around.
Restrain that woman. She's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to give her a sedative and bind her wounds.
I don't think she's wounded.
I thought she.
Oh, okay.
I thought she was.
No.
Didn't Arthur hit her over the head?
Arthur probably. She was in a fight with you, Barty.
Yeah.
Yeah, she may have been hit over the head. Okay, yes.
I can't remember.
Yeah, so you bind her.
It's only 2 weeks ago, and I still can't remember.
I know. That's great.
If only we recorded it.
That's right. We should probably have checked it. So you go back and you go over to her and you stop her bleeding.
Why does he get to walk around? Aren't you going to tell him to sit down as well?
All right, I'm gonna need everybody to be quiet. Now,
Quiet.
for the rest of the trip, I am confining all of you people to quarters.
Oh.
That sounds
so bad.
delightful.
Is the
I
hatch
think I've
still
had enough
open?
excitement for one day.
Yeah.
I insist that I need to look after this woman.
Very well. She can go and stay in your quarters with you.
Yes. Excellent.
But all of you, please, up now.
Is there a ladder up to a manhole in this carriage?
There is.
Okay, is that still open or? Yeah.
It is.
Oh, but we're out of the tunnel, I suppose.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You might want to close the hatch. The professor was on the roof doing an experiment where it all went horribly wrong. Did you hear anything strange? Or see anything unnatural?
Whatever you did, everybody on the train lost consciousness.
We didn't do nothing. It was the professor that did it with his box thing, but it's destroyed now. We rescued everyone, actually, is what we did.
Make a fast talk.
With advantage, surely, because it's true. Maybe I don't believe it.
No.
I got a 1.
Whoa.
Okay.
001. That's amazing.
Wow. Take it off.
He looks at you and kind of says, "All right, well, clearly something unorthodox has been going on this train. And I'm still going to need you to confine yourselves to quarters until I can figure it all out. In fact, I'll radio ahead to the people in San Francisco to help us with this, but he as he's saying this, he's climbing up the ladder, and he looks up, and you can see him sort of grabbing for a couple of things, and when he comes back down, he has in his hands a large chunk of the oscillogram, the scientific equipment that was up there on the roof, and also a gun.
Whose gun?
It looks like Barty's gun.
Oh, it's an elephant gun. No.
No, you had a handgun, Barty?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Who shot the professor? Who shot?
She shot the professor.
Yeah, Lilith shot the professor.
But
with
she
Barty's
did
gun.
not shoot the deputy.
Technically, yes.
Okay.
All right. So you are all confined to quarters. The rest of the trip, it's only another half a day, goes without incident. Food is brought to your cabins, and Lilith is revived, and you can talk to her before the train arrives in San Francisco.
Do either of you want to jump in?
Well, she's your patient.
Okay. I hope you're feeling okay. I had to give you a sedative.
She holds her head and she says, I have had such a strange dream. I don't. What has happened to the professor?
Unfortunately, my dear, you shot him.
Oh my God. What is to become of me?
Well, I imagine jail is probably where you're headed. However, if you could help us out, perhaps we could come up with piece all the information together so that when the detectives do talk to us, we're all on the same page.
Yes. What should I say?
Well, tell us, how did you meet the professor? How?
I applied for an internship at Berkeley University, and they sent me to accompany him to San Francisco. I've only met him. I've only known him a few days.
Oh my gosh.
Well, could you tell us what his experiments were really about? Did he ever reveal to you what his end goal was?
You saw his experiment in the his spiel where he talks about the frequency of the universe and such, and
yes, but his real reasoning, he was wishing to tap into something of a more paranormal persuasion.
Well, he did talk about frequencies that existed beyond our means to measure them, and I believe he may have been able to construct something that is able to do that.
Well, it seems like you are not a party to the insanity of which we just witnessed and prevented. Were you conscious when the...
I don't recall anything. I remember fighting with that man over there. He points to Barty. She points to Barty.
Why were you fighting with him?
Well, he drew a gun, and I thought he was going to shoot the professor or me. I acted out of instinct.
Right. Well, unfortunately, the professor used his machine and went a little bit crazy. And
yes.
I don't know if you recall the look in his eye, the hysteria, and what frequencies he summoned were of a terrible nature.
There were things in the air.
Things flying, yes. Yes, you're right, Mr. Tanner. Well, it appears that we are on the outskirts of San Francisco now. I guess I shall have to face its judgment.
Yes, rather unfortunate.
She slips into a sort of a sullen silence, and
I don't suppose you have any of the professor's research at all, do you? That information seems very dangerous, and in the wrong hands would, well, I can only imagine what horrors it would summon.
She glances over at the guard that is sort of stationed outside of your door, and says, "Yes, he does have some notes in his cabin. He tended to perform experiments a little bit unconventionally, from what I know of these things."
It did seem rather unconventional.
Yeah, you didn't see him referring to any notes or anything like that.
I think what might be best, if I were to be so presumptuous to say that perhaps you'd like to prepare yourself and perhaps put on the best face for the detectives, that perhaps you could go to the professor's room, get changed, and bring us back those notes so that we can make sure that they don't fall into the wrong hands.
Yes, I shall. She stands up and knocks on the door, and the guard says, "Back to your seat, madam." And she says, "Well, I desperately need a change of clothes. and access to some feminine products.
Works every time, no matter the time period.
Works on that old chestnut. Yeah.
Are we before feminine products? I guess yes, we are.
No, for sure.
I believe feminine products have existed since feminines have.
That's right.
But yes, I think she's using a generic term. And yes, and he
lady problems. Yes,
she rolls an 11 for her persuasion or fast talk, and he sorry, Charlie, and he brings over the porter or the cabin boy, and she disappears with him.
The bellhop.
All right.
Right. Well, how are we going to extradite ourselves from this situation?
Seems like she's going to take the fall for all of us. Seems in the mindset to do that.
Lucky you're a lawyer and you could even represent her if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Could even be a handy little extra bit of cash your way.
Do you think she's rich? She looks like the sort of girl who has a rich daddy.
She does look rather well off.
It is good of her to, take all the responsibility like that.
Well, she was the one that killed him. Right.
I'll agree to that.
Is that right, Artie?
Indeed, yes. Yes.
You don't sound very sure, Barty. There was a struggle, and you tried to get the gun off her, and then she pulled the trigger, despite your best efforts. Is that right?
Yes, that's what happened. Yes, exactly like that. That's how I remember it.
Excellent. Meanwhile, the professor was trying to end the world, and we saved everyone from Dementors or whatever they were.
Dementors. Oh, come on. Come on.
Breaking the immersion.
Come on, Ben. My mind palace can't handle this.
I know how to trigger you guys. From these black things were coming from the sky, and they had deformed features and trailing offy backs to them.
Trailing offy backs.
They sucked the life and happiness from us.
They did.
Had some chocolate.
They were kind of wraiths.
These
After about
demented
15
creatures.
minutes, she arrives back, and
she came back.
Well, yeah, with the notes.
Yeah, and she's escorted by Charlie. There's a look that passes between the two of them that is a little bit sort of intimate as she says goodbye to him, and then she manages to sit down, and when the guard is sort of facing away and has his back to them, she rolls up her pant legs, and stuffed into her socks are reams of notes from the professor. And then she says, and this was on his table, and she pulls out the broken piece of equipment from the oscilloscope with all of the settings still as they were at the point of impact.
Oh, the settings. Well, look at this, Professor. Look, here's some settings. I think this is probably the frequency that this thing was set to, or detecting, or whatever, when the black monster things appeared. Can you make any sense of it?
I don't think so. What do I have to roll to make sense of a?
You're a professor of anthropology, right?
Yeah, it's not exactly my area.
Is there a skill for this? I think
I'm not numberology.
Electrical repairs?
Ah, yeah. I've
Yeah.
got 10 in electrical repair.
The bare minimum. Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm 60 in mechanical repairs.
I got 26.
All right.
Mechanical repairs might also, but it's more missions.
Pilot balloon.
Yeah, pilot balloon.
Wait, you have
haven't figured
pilot
it out.
balloon?
It's on my
That's so
character
cool.
sheet, yes.
Wow.
You never know when it might come in handy.
What a great use of your...
We need a dirigible at some point.
Only 10, so
Yeah.
we'll probably all die, but at least I'll be able to say that I knew what I was doing when we plunged out of the air.
All right.
I can't make head or tail of it.
It's outside your area of expertise, despite how smart Buddy is. But
Well, we'll make sure the notes are tucked away safely.
Yeah.
um,
You carry them, Professor. They could look like information of your own, hey? I mean,
Indeed, I could
Yeah.
pretend I know what they're all about.
I think that's what most
right.
professors do.
What?
I mean, no offense or anything, I must say I'm not completely immune from kind of winging it myself sometimes in my own profession, to be perfectly honest. Why, there was a time that... Oh, no, I shouldn't mention that. That's probably privy.
I'm going to transfer to Murray's character. Murray, you are at San Francisco train station.
Nice.
You are not quite sure of the forces that brought you here, but you are waiting for a train to arrive, with a sense that your friends are on it.
Right. So I'm looking at the board. So my right eye is looking at the board, and then my left eye is just scanning just looking around. But my right eye doesn't move from the board. So my right eye is the one that I lost, and it's got the green.
Green.
It's like fixed on the board, looking for the arrivals, and then the other eye is kind of walking around the room.
Like Mad Eye
so-
Moody from the Harry Potter.
A bit like Mad Eye movie.
Yeah, like in Harry
A bit
Potter.
like- Yeah, except the green eye, my eye is fixed, and my
cool.
normal eye has to do all the work. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the platform number you're on, Murray?
It helps me imagine having a reference for it like that. It's so useful.
You do the green
I
eye
think
is
it's-
sort of locked on the train from New York, and yes, you attend the
Yeah,
platform.
it's on 94. So yeah,
Platform 94.
yeah.
Nice.
Roll me a spot hidden, Murray.
Oh, 50. Just makes it.
Just makes it. Before I get to that, describe your character for us. Describe.
So Percy is, for lack of a better term these days, skeletal. But he sort of was once quite dapper. Jacket with leather elbow patches and a professorial look. But he's become quite haggard, leathery skin these days. And there's something about his eye that always puts people off, because one is slightly behind the other, so one will only come into focus after the other one's already there. But he's mid-40s, tall, thin. He's a sight. His clothes now look somewhat too big for him, but he will not part with them. It's almost like everything he owns and wears has some kind of sentimental attachment. So.
All right. Your spot hidden roll is 50, and of all the people, there's a couple of dozen people that are sort of waiting for the train to arrive. There are two groups, well, one individual person and another group that sort of catch your investigator's eye. The first one is what appears to be two policemen, and what you imagine is going to be a detective, and they are there looking at the at the train line, waiting for the train to appear, and they appear to be just talking quietly amongst themselves.
Are they on edge, or anticipating some kind of action, shall we say?
No, I wouldn't say that they're on edge, but
Okay.
they're definitely looking, like they're. I guess that this is not an average day for them. This is
Right.
a bit of a different to the normal routine of policing the city, this seems like it's something out of the ordinary.
Okay. And what was the other group?
The other individual is standing by himself. He's a black man in a charcoal 3-piece suit, and it's tailored very, very well. He also is wearing a flat top fedora, pulled low over his eyes, but it doesn't hide the fact that those eyes are sparkling, observant, and rarely blinking.
I might catch his eye and wink at him.
Right.
With my right eye. Yeah.
He looks at you and he's just checking his watch when he does that, and he puts his watch away. As you notice when he puts his watch away, it's a pocket watch. That you notice the band of a 38 special holster in his inside of his jacket.
Right.
He nods at you and continues to scan the train station, but his eyes come back to you once or twice.
When his eyes come back to me, I slide my glance across to the police officers and the detective, and then back to him.
He looks at them and he looks at you, and
then I shrug.
He kind of makes a whatever face,
Okay.
and then sort of a don't worry about it kind of shake of the head.
Right. I nod.
The train pulls in, and everybody starts to get out.
My right eye goes immediately to the board which says arrived. Ah.
And as all the passengers disembark, the trio of policemen start to walk towards the train. And after everybody has departed the first class passage, they enter and come in and bring the four of you out. The girl they put in handcuffs, and they ask the we'll just act it out. The detective brings you off the train and he says, "Gentlemen, you are Bartholomew Jenkins, Arthur Campbell, and Jack Tanner. Is that correct?"
Jack Tanner is correct, and often right about things.
Very well.
It's Dr. Arthur Campbell.
My apologies, Doctor.
This is Professor Bartholomew Jenkins.
Mr. Jack Tanner. Never officially have completed any sort of qualifications, but that's fine. I mean, I'm definitely qualified from life skills to do law,
So what I'm going to need from you gentlemen is to accompany me down to the train station. There are some questions that we need to ask you about your trip here. At this point, the black man comes in, and he grabs the detective by the arm, and he pulls him aside and shows him a badge of some description that it's sort of about this big, and he holds it in his hand. And the guy goes about 3 shades whiter, and they talk in hushed tones for a moment. And then he comes back to you and says, "I am releasing you to the custody of this man here, Marcus Foreman. He will be your contact whilst you're here in San Francisco. Good day, gentlemen." And they take Lilith away.
Do you guys recognize Murray?
Over the shoulders, I'm going to say over the shoulders of the police, I'm standing there just shaking my head.
Percy! Oh my gosh, Percy! Percy, great to see you! I run over and give you a hug.
Oh, wow.
I think, it's. I allow you to hug me, but it's a very kind of like,
Yeah.
But you're shocked at how little there is of me.
You look like you've been keeping fit, Percy. Oh, wow. There's not much of you, is there?
Yeah, it's like hugging a broom.
Look, gentlemen, it's Percy. How'd you get here, Percy? How'd you end up here? What are you doing here?
I had a dream, and I got
Was
told
it a dream
my
about
dream.
fish?
No, about trains. So I caught a train.
All right.
My eye told me you would be here, and it's never wrong.
We're here to see the aquarium.
Is there an introduction?
Oh, yes, Arthur. Arthur, this is Percy. He's an old friend of a colleague.
I'll shake.
Professor-
I'll shake your
Fellow
hand.
traveler.
Yeah, it's
And then
like
I'll
like
meet
a
you in the
bony.
eye. I'll look you in the eye,
Right.
and I'll say, I see you have witnessed things that are unexplainable too.
There's a sparkle of green in my right eye. Oh yes,
Yes.
indeed.
This man's gone through hell and high
You get
water
the
with us.
sense, Murray, that there's an oddly greenish tinge of veins creeping up on the neck that sort of mirror the similar color that that's in your eye.
I feel we're going to get along just fine. Percival Spofford is my name.
A pleasure to meet you. And Foreman, is
likewise.
it? Mr. Foreman?
Yes, gentlemen, I am Special Agent Marcus Foreman of the Bureau of Intelligence. And he shows you the badge. It says BOI on it. And I believe you spoke to my counterpart, Sydney, in New York?
Ah, yes. The delightful Sydney.
Yes, any friend of Sydney's is someone else who's also a person. Yeah. Great to meet you.
Bureau
Well-
of
Investigation.
Investigation.
Intelligence, I'm sorry.
Intelligence. Bureau of Intelligence.
Same acronym, yeah.
Yeah.
This department's changing their name all the time. One moment.
We're a federal agency. We're quite new.
I've never heard of you.
Yeah, a few people have.
Well,
I'm gonna
the
need to
detective
come-
certainly had.
Yeah, I like the
Well-
look you gave that man.
A government with
Yeah.
intelligence. That's something I haven't seen before.
Like a pony moron.
He
Oxymoron.
takes your joke and kind of smirks at it, and he says, "We do our best."
Right. So where are we going?
What's the plan?
Well, perhaps I could take you to a hotel. I imagine you've probably had a long journey and could use the refreshments.
Indeed.
Sure.
Refreshments are always welcome.
Percy, if these are your friends, you're more than welcome to come with us.
Oh, well,
Come with
yes.
us, Percy. You must stick with us. We've got an
Indeed.
interesting.
I'm here for a reason, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, yes. The professor here has some notes you might be able to interpret or something if you know about stuff like that. Yeah, we'll show you. I mean, hush hush at the moment, obviously. Shh, don't say anything in the train station. What am I saying?
Let's get you that drink.
Marcus looks at you and says, "All right, yes, I think we should keep that conversation to a later point.
Of course.
But it's good that you've acquired some of the professor's intelligence.
We have.
All right, let's talk about it." He takes you outside to a waiting car, and he gets in it and drives. As he gets into the car, you hear somebody from the sidewalk utter a racial slur in his direction. And he seems to merely sort of, he definitely heard it, he doesn't acknowledge it, and he just sort of brushes it off and gets in the car.
Can I turn my eye
Yes,
on
yes.
the racist?
Yeah, it's a guy selling newspapers, and he has sort of buck teeth and is unshaven.
Oh, one of them. Right.
I intimidate him.
I would like to show him briefly, looking at my gaunt face, what it is I have seen of the world, and frighten him open-minded, shall we say?
what skill would that be exactly?
Probably intimidate, which is a
Intimidate?
bad roll for me, but that's all right.
I intimidate. You get bonuses if you do it with your eye. Surely he's doing it with advantage.
Yeah, do it with advantage.
All right. Okay, cool. 26.
26?
Yes.
Did you need the advantage?
The advantage was a 9, so no, it would have been very poor.
Yeah.
That would have been 96.
He sees you sort of take a step towards him and steal him with your gaze, and he takes a step back and kind of trips over his own newspapers and sends them flying, and he quails underneath your vision. Marcus doesn't seem to pay any attention.
I like
To the car, I think.
The car starts up.
Is he suitably intimidated? Like, is he quite scared of Murray?
He's certainly shaken, yes.
I'm just going to take one of the newspapers from him.
Fantastic. Just walk over and look him straight in the eye. And
That's right. That's all it was. It was all about stealing a newspaper.
Yeah.
Then I'll get in the car.
All right. Nice one.
Catch up on the
What's
news,
the news?
because this is the only way that we have information these days.
That's right. That's right. Excellent.
While we're in the car, I might ask Barty if where the notes are.
Oh yes, yes, the notes. Yes, I have them here somewhere. I just here they are.
Library use could also be used for something like this, I assume. Is that right?
Yeah.
Considering this is the study of things.
I can
Yeah.
do library use.
Together, you could work together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could each read every second word.
What
Probably a cipher.
what do the notes look like?
Okay. Barty, you've read over some of the notes of Nikolai Tesla. And he famously kind of was very unconventional and didn't write a lot of stuff down, and was much more of a sort of a wide-eyed learner standing at the gates of oblivion, and not much of a sort of a salesman or a hype man. Quite unlike what his counterpart was. What was his counterpart's name? Crap.
Oh my gosh. Tesla's competitor?
Yeah.
Stole all his ideas, apparently.
It was
Elon. No.
I'll Google. That's ridiculous. We can do that.
The chat is probably shouting at us by now.
That's right. Yes.
Inventor of the light bulb.
Edison.
Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison.
Yes.
Yeah. Not as yes.
Yeah. Some of that writing, Barty, strikes you as similar to this. It's a random collection of notes. He seems to change ideas halfway through. Even from paragraph to paragraph, it seems like a mess, and it's going to take more than a glance in a car ride to kind of figure it out.
So we probably have to get one of those boards and like bits of wool
of red
between
yarn,
eggs and things, right? And then photos of like presidents and aliens, and then just an X with a question mark next to it.
So, Mr. Foreman, why are we here?
Sorry, John, I wanted to just pick up on something that you were doing. So you're going through the newspaper. One of the lead stories is something
New
about. Sorry.
New aquarium open. Sorry, that was.
So there's a story about Durant Hotel fire baffles investigators, and the Durant Hotel. A devastating fire broke out there on January 3, 1925, and the building was a 3-story wooden frame structure, very common for the area. A lot of it was very near Berkeley University, and as a result, there was a lot of students and affiliated university affiliated residents living there. 2 people died, and according to this, the cause of the fire is unknown, and has been the entire area has been cordoned off, and they are still conducting investigations as to why this strange fire was so deadly and was so vigorous. It certainly appears that faulty wiring and electrical malfunction is not the cause of the fire.
Oh, right, they've worked that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And why does it leap out at me particularly?
It doesn't. It's just one of the lead stories.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. I will fold that away. Yeah. Mr. Foreman.
Page news.
Why are we here?
Gentlemen, as was explained to you in New York, you have become of great interest to a company that we are tracking called SJF Holdings. I believe you know of them?
Quite intimately.
Yes. Well, they are mostly an East Coast conglomeration, and as a result, there's only a few satellite offices here on the West Coast, but they are definitely looking for you, and they are definitely interested in the object that you have. So now that we are here, they pull up in front of a hotel, and perhaps we could talk in your room.
As long as I've got some drinks, I don't mind where we talk.
Well, we certainly have a stocked bar in the rooms. So they take you up to kind of a suite. So there's a number of different bedrooms off this one main common area in the hotel. And they check you in, and they give you a key, and your luggage is brought up. San Francisco is quite multicultural at this time, so you're seeing Chinese people and black people kind of coming and going, and there would even be some Japanese people sort of mixing in with everybody else. So yes, it's a multicultural kind of society.
That racist newspaper seller's in for a hard time.
Yeah, not going to get any better.
Cool. Well, he says, gentlemen, I'm very glad that you have made it to San Francisco, not without incident, I am sure, but if you would like, I can sit down and debrief you, and we can talk about what our next steps are.
I'd love to shed some light on what the heck's going on.
Yes.
All right. Well, we will find out what he says in our next episode of The Frequency. So tune in next week. Please give me your comments on this investigation. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And we shall see you next time. Bye.